What happened in the next 8 seconds would be screenshotted over 95 million times, shared by parenting experts worldwide, and become the most quoted example of instant karma in small claims court history. One eye roll, one dismissive glance toward the bench, and then one accidental sentence from his own mother that destroyed his entire defense and proved he'd been lying under oath from the moment he walked in. Tyler Vance sat at the defendant's table like he was waiting for an Uber, not a judge. At 17 years old, he wore a $400 streetwear hoodie, $900 limited edition sneakers, and AirPods dangling around his neck like a trophy. His phone sat face up on the table, screen lighting up with notifications he couldn't be bothered to hide. He radiated the kind of unearned confidence that comes from never hearing no, never facing consequences, and always having someone clean up his messes. Across from him sat Eleanor Hayes, a 68-year-old retired librarian, wearing a faded floral dress and clutching a manila folder with trembling hands. She was suing Tyler for $4,200, the cost of repairing her vintage car after Tyler backed into it in a grocery store parking lot, fled the scene, and then claimed he was nowhere near there. Tyler's mother, Denise, sat beside him in a designer blazer, already preparing her checkbook and her excuses. She'd spent months telling everyone her son was a good kid who made a mistake, that Eleanor was exaggerating, that the security footage was grainy and inconclusive. What Tyler didn't know was that his mother's phone was about to betray him. And what Denise didn't realize was that her desperate attempt to defend her son would accidentally expose the exact lie he'd built his entire case on. Before I show you the single voice message that ended a teenager's arrogance and proved his own mother was his worst enemy in court, drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. And if you've ever watched an entitled kid get instantly humbled, or if you believe digital footprints don't lie, smash that subscribe button right now. What happens when that phone screen lights up is the most satisfying parental slip-up you'll see this year. Here's how a retired librarian ended up fighting a teenager who thought accountability was optional. 3 months earlier, Eleanor had parked her 1998 Toyota Camry, the car her late husband bought her, the one she maintained like a relic, outside her local grocery store. She was inside for 12 minutes. When she returned, the rear bumper was caved in, the taillight shattered, and a deep scratch ran across the trunk. No note, no witness, just damage, but the store's parking lot camera caught everything. A black SUV backing out too fast. The impact. The driver pausing, looking around, then speeding away. The license plate was partially obscured, but the make, model, and a distinctive dent on the rear quarter panel were clear. Eleanor filed a police report. 2 weeks later, an officer matched the SUV to Denise Vance. When contacted, Denise claimed her son Tyler had been at football practice that day. She provided a screenshot of a group chat showing Tyler typing "at practice" at 4:15 p.m. The crash happened at 4:22 p.m. Case closed, or so she thought, but Eleanor wasn't convinced. She hired a private investigator on a payment plan. The PI pulled cell tower data, cross-referenced traffic cameras 3 blocks away, and found something Denise didn't know existed. A time-stamped photo Tyler had posted to a private Snapchat story at 4:19 p.m. The photo showed him sitting in the driver's seat of the SUV, holding a coffee, clearly not at practice. The geotag placed him exactly 2 blocks from the grocery store. Eleanor filed a small claims lawsuit for $4,200. Denise hired a lawyer. Tyler laughed it off. "She's old. The judge won't care. My mom will handle it." What Tyler didn't understand was that small claims court doesn't care about your sneakers, your attitude, or your mother's checkbook. It cares about evidence. And Tyler had left a digital trail so obvious that even his own mother was about to trip over it. Judge Judy opened with her trademark precision. "Mr. Vance, you're being sued for $4,200 in hit-and-run damages. The plaintiff claims you struck her vehicle and fled. What's your response?" Tyler didn't even sit up straight. He leaned back, one arm draped over his chair, and spoke with the bored cadence of someone reading a text. "Your Honor, I wasn't there. I was at football practice. My mom already showed the group chat. This lady's just trying to get money from my family because she knows we can pay." Judge Judy's eyes narrowed. "You're telling me you were at practice at 4:22 p.m. on October 14th? Yeah, coach will verify it. Check the timestamps." Denise leaned forward, voice dripping with defensive polish. "Your Honor, my son is a student athlete with a clean record. We've provided digital proof of his location. This lawsuit is based on grainy footage and speculation. We're happy to offer a goodwill settlement, but we won't be extorted over a parking lot scratch." Judge Judy turned to Eleanor. "Mrs. Hayes, do you have additional evidence?" Eleanor's voice was quiet but steady. "Yes, Your Honor. I have a time-stamped photo from the defendant's own social media posted at 4:19 p.m., showing him in the driver's seat of the vehicle that matches the damage profile. I also have cell tower data placing his phone within 0.3 miles of the scene at the time of impact. Tyler actually scoffed. He pulled out his phone, scrolled for 2 seconds, then looked directly at Judge Judy and rolled his eyes. A slow, deliberate, dismissive rotation that said everything his mouth didn't. This is a waste of my time. The courtroom went silent. Judge Judy's voice dropped to a dangerous quiet. Mr. Vance, did you just roll your eyes at this court? Tyler shrugged. I mean, it's just, she's making this up. My phone was at practice. My mom has the screenshots. It's obvious. Your mother has screenshots. Judge Judy repeated. Mrs. Vance, may I see the phone you used to capture those group chat timestamps? Denise hesitated, then handed over her iPhone. Of course, Your Honor. It's all in the Messages app. Under Tyler Team Chat, Judge Judy took the phone. She tapped the screen, scrolled, then stopped. Her expression shifted from neutral to razor sharp. Mrs. Vance, you submitted a screenshot showing Tyler typing at practice at 4:15 p.m., but I'm looking at the actual message thread right now. And there's something you didn't screenshot. Judge Judy turned the phone toward the courtroom camera. At 4:21 p.m., 1 minute before the crash, Tyler sent a voice message to this same group chat. The transcript is auto-generated right here. It says, backing out now? Almost hit a dumpster a lull. Gotta bounce. Denise's face went white. I didn't see that. I only screenshotted the earlier text. You didn't see it because you didn't look past what helped your case, Judge Judy interrupted. But the metadata doesn't lie. This voice message was sent from Tyler's phone, geotagged within 400 feet of the grocery store, exactly 60 seconds before impact. And the phrase almost hit a dumpster matches the plaintiff's description of the SUV swerving before striking her bumper. Tyler's AirPods slipped off his neck. His phone clattered onto the table. That's not what I meant. I was joking. I wasn't even driving. Then who was? Judge Judy asked. Because the photo Mrs. Hayes submitted shows you in the driver's seat at 4:19 p.m. The cell tower data places your device at the scene. Your own voice message admits you were backing out recklessly, and your mother's phone just provided the timestamp that ties it all together. Denise's hands were shaking. Your Honor, I had no idea he sent that. I was trying to protect him. By submitting partial evidence and allowing him to lie under oath, Judge Judy's voice was ice. Mrs. Vance, love doesn't mean covering up hit and runs. It means teaching accountability before the real world does it for you. Judgment for the plaintiff. Tyler Vance, you will pay $4,200 in full for vehicle repairs. Furthermore, I'm referring this case to the district attorney for hit-and-run investigation and to the DMV for license suspension pending review. Tyler's voice cracked. Wait, my license? I need that, for you needed it to drive responsibly. You chose to flee. Consequences aren't optional, Mr. Vance. And Mrs. Vance, next time your son makes a mistake, hand him a broom, not a lawyer. Tyler sat frozen as his mother buried her face in her hands. Eleanor exhaled for the first time in 3 months. Justice didn't need a speech. It just needed a timestamp. The clip exploded. 95 million views. iRoll Karma trended globally. Parenting podcasts dissected it. Driving instructors used it in safety classes. Tyler's license was suspended for 6 months. He completed community service and a hit-and-run prevention course. Denise publicly apologized to Eleanor and paid the judgment plus court fees. She deleted her son's legal fund and replaced it with an accountability-first parenting blog that gained 200K followers. Eleanor got her Camry repaired. She keeps a framed photo of the courtroom timestamp on her dashboard, one eye roll, one unscreenshotted message. One mother who learned that protecting your child isn't the same as enabling them. If instant karma satisfied you, destroy that like button. Comment timestamps don't lie if accountability just won. Stuver for more. Next. A college kid's fake alibi that his own smartwatch destroyed. Respect the bench. Your digital footprint is always watching.